Hi everybody, I'm Corey Poirier, mostly known as a professional speaker to the clients I work with and the associates I talk to. And the other thing that we do that a lot of people also know about is that we publish a monthly business newspaper, and we have been publishing that for 6 years now. And we also have a series of books called Conversations With, and we also have a seminar and events company. So why I bring those things up is not meant to be a me Inc. or an us Inc. thing, but I bring it up because we have done these interviews, roughly 2,000 now, with high achievers and leaders from different organizations, and because of that we get some common questions from people about that. Now, I get a question often about what is the common trait among high achievers and the people we've interviewed, and the easy answer is passion. But there's a question I wish I did get more often, and so I'll share that with you today because I'd rather share this information, and again, I wish I got the question more often, which is when people hear that passion is that common trait that high achievers and leaders from all walks of life seem to have, especially the ones that rise to the top. I wish I got the question, and I do get it every now and then, but not enough, but I wish I got the question more often, how do I get passion? How do you get passion into your life? Because I think some people believe that you either have to be born with it, or that something has to happen in your life that you didn't expect to trigger that passion, and that's absolutely not the case. I can say from experience, as somebody who even up to I was almost 20 years old and just out of high school didn't necessarily have that passion in my life, and in fact I was quite a negative person, and more days than not I walked around and complained and spread negativity and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm a person who did learn how to become more passionate, and I did acquire that passion, so I know for a fact that it's something that can be learned and can be acquired. And this is important whether you're a manager of staff or whether you're an individual wanting to learn how to become more successful, because if you're a manager of staff, you need to make sure you have as many passionate people working for you as possible and serving your customers with passion, and also at the same time you have to make sure you do what you can to help bring that passion out in the people that either don't have it or that have it every now and then. And if you're an individual, likewise, you have to make the efforts to become more passionate if you want to become more successful. If you go by the 2,000 interviews we've done and the fact that over 1,900 of the people that we interviewed that are achieving at the highest level and at the top of their field, the one common element is passion. So it makes it worth the effort. So again, the question becomes, how do you actually go about getting that passion, if you don't already have it? And my experience has been, and I'm going to give you a little tip for how you can get that passion. There's other ways as well, but just the one that worked for me and the one I've seen work for other people is if you are willing to take the time to figure out what you are passionate about. Now, when I say this, it doesn't have to be the work you're at now. It can be. Maybe there's an aspect of your work that you like a lot, but you don't spend a lot of time doing. Maybe it's a matter of doing that more often. But it could, in fact, be finding out what it is as a hobby or outside of work that you're passionate about. So it could be a person, but it also, in my case, for instance, it ended up becoming some outside hobbies. For example, I started doing stand-up comedy. I started playing music in clubs, and I started doing yoga. And what I discovered is, once I started finding a few areas that I was very passionate about and spent even just a few hours a week doing those things I was passionate about, what I found happened is I as a person became more passionate during those times, and as I continued to find the love for these things, that passion continued to grow. And the really cool part is, eventually what happened, and it didn't take that long, we're talking less than a year, it started working over into other areas of my life. So in other words, in my work life I started becoming more passionate, in my personal life I started becoming more passionate, and it all came from discovering what my passion areas were outside of work. So maybe, again, it's discovering work-wise what you're passionate about. Maybe you're not working now and it's a matter of finding out what you are passionate about and trying to do that for a living. Maybe it's finding a hobby that you're passionate about, and who knows, someday that could become your work. I mean, for my case, I started doing stand-up on the side of my sales career, and eventually that led to me starting to do some speaking and starting to do some training, and that led to the career I have today. So stranger things can happen, but the moral of the story and the takeaway is you can learn to be passionate, and the strategy I've used in the past and seen other people use is to find out that thing you are passionate about, whether it's at work or not at work, even if it's something that you only do very seldom, but if you just start doing it a little bit more and making a conscious effort to enjoy it while you're doing it, my my experience is that your passion will grow in general as a person, and that'll work its way over into other areas of your life. And how you can use this if you're a manager of staff or an employer is you can sit down with staff and find out the key things they're passionate about and help them spend more time in that passion area. And that'll work its way over into your company and organization and your customer service processes, and of course it'll pay for itself many times over. So if you'd like to learn more about us and keep following us and even get some free information via our newsletter, feel free to visit our website, which is CoreyPoirier.com, which is simply www.coreypoirier.com. You go on that website, there's a place where you can sign up for our newsletter by entering your email address, or you can also connect with us through our various social media sites on there, or you can just take a peek at the website and use some of the resources. Until next time, I'm Corey Poirier, and I hope you have a fantastic day, a fantastic week, a fantastic month, and a fantastic year. Thank you. That's my time.